So today is verse 5 of the Tao, and we're going to answer a question from one of my subscribers. Heaven and earth has no preference. A man may choose one over the other, but to heaven and earth all are the same. The high, the low, the great, the small, all are given light. All get a place to rest. The sage is like heaven and earth. To him none are especially dear, nor is there anyone he disfavors. He gives and gives without condition, offering his treasure to everyone. The universe is like a bellow. It stays empty yet never exhausts. It gives out yet always bringing forth more. Man is not like this. When he blows out air like a bellows, he becomes exhausted. Man was made to blow out air. Man was not made to blow out air. He was made to sit quietly and find the truth within. This is so vital to the question that was asked. So what's up, everybody? How you doing? This is your Coach Renz. I want to thank everybody for being here. All my Patreons, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Everybody who orders from Uncle Renz Popcorn, thank you very much. And all my subscribers on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, I thank you guys very much. Now, if you're finding this channel for the first time, I am Coach Renz. We do the 360 degrees of life. We talk about everything from spirituality, different studies of books. We talk about relationships, love, tantra, money, business, family, everything. 360 degrees of life, full capacity. That's what we talk about. So hit that subscribe button and become a subscriber to this page. Now, on the first version of this video, I drank all my daggone water. I had a reaction to a scent yesterday, a perfume, and my sinuses got inflamed. So excuse the coughing and the clearing of throat. But a question was asked by Rashonda Holmes on my YouTube page. And in that question, we're going to use the Tao, the Hermetics, to answer her question. And just some basic universal law, common sense knowledge to answer this. And the law of attraction, because all of that's wrapped up in there. So I might get a little long-winded, but stay with me. So the first part of her question, which is very long, and I'm not going to read everything that she said. Why does the all, meaning coming from the Kabbalion statement, why does the all allow so much pain? Well, as we read, based on the Tao, based on the law of mentalism and the divine paradox, the all in all, the all doesn't allow it per se as the all causing it, or the all sitting there with emotions. The all is benevolent. The all is amoral. The all is not a puppeteer sitting over everybody's head talking about, hey, I'm going to make you do this, I'm going to make you do that. I understand what religion has taught us. But religion is something of man's creation. Religion is man trying to understand the creator, the all. Religion is man trying to understand natural disasters, nature in itself. Religion is man trying to understand why it went through so much pain, why their culture was destroyed, why their daughter was raped, why their son was murdered. Religion and man in religion and culture and civilization has created different things that it blames punishment on the all. It says that, oh, my people were in bondage because we disobeyed the laws of God. We were in Babylon captive because of that. We became slaves in America because of that. We were destroyed in our native land. We Brits were defeated by this people. The French were defeated by this people. The Zulu killed us and destroyed our nation because of this people. The Japanese conquered the Chinese because of God, because of the chi of the country was not, in sync. We created things that the law of cause and effect easily tells us why they happen. That the law of polarity, that the duality of the divine paradox, that the law of rhythm says that civilizations will grow and they will swing back into devastation. That those who are the oppressors today will be subjugated tomorrow. You can look into human history and you can find where melanated people were the oppressors of the non-melanated. But in today's society, in the last umpteen hundreds of years, it has been the reverse. Is it because God decided it? Or is it because of technology? Or is it because man used religion? It's all those things. It's all those things. If when the first Europeans had came to America and the natives in America were like, hell no, we ain't taking this. Y'all ain't just going to run up in here. And they had equal militia, military. They were united as tribe. Instead of being tribal, they were united across this country. If the natives of Africa were united, do you think the Europeans would have been able to oppress them? If they were united, even not having the best, being up to date in the same technology, if the gap is close enough. I talked about how Japan in 20 years caught up to Western technology because they knew that they would be subjugated, because they were being forced to stop being isolationists because America had better armament. So they caught up. Pain in this world is created by man. The stories of Adam and Eve, the stories of Pandora's box, all those stories of man opening up something and allowing evil to have its way on the planet. Stories of why the vegetation dies because the daughter of Hera, Persephone, I think it's Hera, it might be a different person, went down and was in Hades for the 5-6 months of winter. And she let everything die on the planet until her daughter returns. That's why y'all got y'all Easter egg. That's one of the reasons y'all got y'all Easter egg and your bunny. But these are things created by man to try to explain nature. Now, according to this one, and there's a different version of the Tao, it talks about how nature tries to emulate the Tao. That nature does emulate the Tao in the fact that it doesn't have this thing of interfering. The tree grows, the forest grows, but then the lightning strikes and it burns down the forest. But then new life comes out of it. It's a cycle of nature. Everything travels, everything transmutes from one energy to another energy. And we must understand that for the other part of her question. Because when you realize that this is not your end, this is not how you exist. I know my atheists out there are going to say this is it. You exist on this reality. After this, you become nothingness. There is no higher level, lower level. There is no other planes of existence. Your consciousness just goes away into the infinity war, fluffy. I know that my atheists are going to say that. I already acknowledge it. Okay, that's your opinion. Good. It's not mine. So, and I have no problems with you thinking that way. But this is not what I think. Because the all, in its infinite intelligence, the only thing that acts outside of the natural law is the all. And the all can determine, the all acts outside of it, but everything inside of creation acts within those natural laws. But here we are as finite beings, although we can understand the law, what we cannot ever understand is the creator of the law. Our finite minds will never get there. Because in order to get there, our finite mind must get outside of the creation of the all. Which is why we struggle. It would be like the dog trying to understand. It knows of humans, but trying to understand how to be a human. In the same way, we cannot understand how to be a dog. We cannot. That is why some people say, yes, I do agree. And as the Kabbalion says, the all is in all, but all is not the all. The all is in the earthworm, but the earthworm is not the all. It is of the all. But some say that the all is trying to have all these experiences through us. Why not have experiences through dogs too? Through worms, through elements. Are they not having experiences on their journey? Just because we can't quantify it doesn't necessarily mean that a being that created it all cannot. Is it possible? But if it was, then it would have a reason. It would have a need. The all cannot have a need. Therefore, the all allowing pain. Some people are going to say, oh, it allows pain so that we can understand heaven and hell, pain and love. Hate and love and all these different dualities that exist on the pole. so that we will worship it, so we can make it to heaven, to samadhi. But that would exclude it from being the all if it had an emotional need of you to worship it, instead of just saying, hey, I created all this stuff, go and use it. I really don't care. I'm doing my own thing. I create shit. So, so then she asked, are we able to ask for the all for assistance? No. No. Hardline answer, no. Because the all is amoral again. But they all created something that you will find interesting. It's called the law of correspondence. As above, so below. Some call it the multiverse, infinite dimensional planes. Our consciousness does not just go away into the fluffy and cease to exist and never has any kind of transmutation into anything else. Sure, if our bodies transmute into the earth and into trees and plants and all of this other kind of stuff that the natural body molecular breakdown transmute into fertilizer, whatever, then our consciousness obeys those same universal laws of transmuting into something different somewhere else in a place that we don't know. At one point, we thought the atom was the smallest matter in existence. But then we found protons, electrons, and neutrons. And now they realize there is space in between the protons, neutrons, and electrons where it has matter. It takes hella equipment to be able to see this. It's just like people make the argument, you don't have faith in God, but you got faith in oxygen. You can't see oxygen. I can't see it with my naked eye, but we have instruments that allows us to be able to see oxygen. Yes, light passes through it, so it makes it so we can't see it with our eye because it does not respond to light. Everything you see is responding to light, right? Light can't pass through this book, therefore I see the book. But if the molecular structure of the book was vibrating in such a way that light could pass through it, you wouldn't see the book. It's called invisibility, light refraction. Well, light refraction is coming down, but different. You understand what I'm saying? Invisibility. So we don't ask for y'all for assistance. Who do we ask for assistance? As the Tao says, man was made to sit quietly and find the truth within. We all find the truth within. We all have the DNA structure, the Akashic record, the of all of our ancestors, of everyone who has been a part of our creation. Every birth is all within you. You have that DNA. You have that connection. Through our physical, mental, and spiritual, we connect with our ancestors. Since our ancestors and every ancestor goes to some damn where. And the law of correspondence says, as above, so below. Whatever affects the above affects the below. Whatever affects the below affects the above. Since we can mentally use the same laws, and it says the same law of vibration, the law of rhythm, the law of frequency, the law of the law of mentality, mentalism. All these laws still affect those planes of existence as well. So if cause and effect is here, then cause and effect is there. If vibration is here, vibration is there. So if your vibe attracts your tribe here in this third dimensional plane, then your vibe attracts your tribe in a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, wherever in the hell your ancestors' vibration took them. And if you don't understand that, I did videos about there's where do you go after this death? I don't know where it is. This is one of my Napoleon Hill videos on outwitting the devil. But wherever they went, your vibe attracts that tribe. Whether it's your direct ancestors or a different one. My vibe of business attracts the tribe of business of my ancestors who've gone before me. And hell, they attract ancestors that don't even belong to me in my direct bloodline. But since there's only 6 degrees of separation, I don't give a dang who it is. If my vibration attracts the vibration of Mansa Musa, who may not be in my bloodline. If it attracts, and I know y'all get mad at me, a Rockefeller, a Rothschild, if it attracts a Shaka, if it attracts anybody who has dominated and created a legacy of business, a legacy of heredity, I don't care. All I'm looking for, hey, that movement that you did when you was on this existence, I need that same movement in me right now. I need that existence. And if they assist me in making that movement, and if I have rituals that get me there, if I have meditations that get me there, then that's just how I get into my divinity to connect to their divinity so that we can make this thing happen so that my vibe attracts my tribe. Otherwise, your vibe will get caught up into the wrong tribe. If there are 9 broke people in your tribe, you about to be number 10. If there are 9 cynical people in your tribe, you about to be number 10. If there are 9 burnt, butt hurt, love affair, butt hurt, burnt people in your tribe, you about to be number 10. You can't hang around people with the wrong vibe. Now, think about that on the astral plane. Can you hang around other astral people on the wrong vibration? There are people in my ancestry I would never call upon because I don't want them to vibe with me. There are things that they did or did not do. There are those who did not participate in building the same things I want to build. Do I want to vibe with them? No. Do I love them that they were in my life? Sure. But their vibration, I don't want that vibration. There are family members right now, I don't hang with them because I don't want their vibration. When they pass on, I will do my 10 seconds of mourning. I will celebrate that they have progressed on to the dimensional plane. But do I want to vibe with them on an astral plane in my meditation? Hell to the no. So I give gratitude to my ancestors, to those who I know I vibe with to come and help me get me into the right vibration, the right frequency, so that I can move up the scale to where I want to be in life, whether it's health, relationship, money, whatever it is. So I give gratitude for their assistance. But as far as the all ain't about that life. Because if the all was about that life, then it would not be the all. Because then it would be prone to your ability to manipulate it, for it to be able to say, because I know in some teachings they say, oh, but if the answer is yes, and it's yes. If it's no, then it's no, and I'm happy with either way. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. The all is not caught up into your little life like that. And if you could force the all to help you make more money, then it is not the all. If you had rituals that could sway the all into giving you a healthier love life or a healthier fitness life, then it's not the all because it's been swayed by an outside force. The all cannot be swayed by an outside force. Otherwise, it is not the all at all. Can't be. No. So therefore, I give gratitude to the all only for existence. That's it. And that existence go beyond the people. Oh, I just thank God that I woke up today. That he gave me breath today, which I always find interesting. If you were so heaven bent, then why are you so grateful to wake up in the morning? Shouldn't you be grateful like, oh shit, I didn't wake up. No more pain, no more suffering. Oh Lord, hallelujah, I'm going to heaven. You should be thinking that every day. Every night you go to sleep, please Lord, come take me. Come take me. Take me, Lord. Take me to heaven. I got bills I got to pay tomorrow. They kicking me out of my house tomorrow. They taking my car tomorrow. Take me out of this existence, Lord. Let me be in heaven's gate. Oh, but if you got something for me to do on earth, then I'll gladly do it. What do he need you for? Don't need you. The Creator needs you for it. That don't make no damn sense. But why you wishing to still be here? The all is only in your existence. That's it. Gave you all the laws. You want to make life better for other people? Cause and effect. Vibrate and hang around people who want to do that. Get your cause and effect game going. And it'll happen. It'll happen. And it's already in you, so you don't have to like do all these prayers and rituals. Now, the only time I do prayers and rituals and meditation is because it helps me to get into that vibration. That's all it's for. So, do I participate in rituals? Yes, I do. But it's all to help me get into the right vibration. It is all, if I'm trying to get in vibrations with my ancestors, then do I do ancestral rituals? Yes, I do those ancestral rituals because it gets me into the right vibration for that particular ancestor. For that particular being in a different existence. That's it. That's all for. Now, the elevation is to be able to do it without it. To sit quietly and find the truth within. Because if I can sit quietly and do it, I will. I will. So, moving on, before I go way too long. She said that, oh, and where did these guys come in as far as Enki and Enlil? Enki and Enlil, honestly, I think they were aliens. I don't think, they were not gods. I mean, the Sumerians are telling you in their story, when they wrote it, that these were aliens. That they confused into thinking later that they were gods. But aliens, they came from another planet. The fact that they said they came from another planet, we call that aliens today. Back then, they may not have understood aliens, but we call it aliens. So, they're aliens. If you were accept the Anunnaki story. Now, this is where she gets interesting. She writes this whole thing about how she really doesn't have anybody to talk to where she lives. And that most people are making money off spirituality as those who do from religion. And this is something that will always be. People will always make money off spirituality. L. Ron Hubbard said that before he wrote Dianetics and before he wrote the other book, I forgot what it's called. But he said that he wanted to make money, so he was going to start a religion. We see pastors of every religion become wealthy because they have the gift of charisma and speech, and they make money off of it. People love to buy into hope. So she says that some call it supporting, but she calls it a ripoff. And you're more than welcome to do so, because some of it is a ripoff. Some of it is supporting. When I was younger, I was talked out of becoming an archaeologist. I was talked out of it by another black archaeologist who said that he hated the fact that you got to go around and beg and beg and beg and beg for people to give you money to go do these digs, right? And then a lot of these digs are done by people who are trying to make money off of the findings or whatever it is. Or you got to get the government ones, and you never know what the government's rationale and reasons are. But he was just like, he was making it sound so horrible. And he said there was a ton of racism in it. And back then, we talking about the late 80s, yeah, it probably was. Probably still is today, because it's not as many black archaeologists out there, right? But he made it sound so bad. But one of the things that is part of this is what she's saying is, you know, these guys, archaeologists, have to ask, they have to get grants, they have to beg, they have to find organizations, rich people, to pay for their digs. They can't just go, okay, so if an archaeologist, you can't just go into Egypt and start digging. You can't just go to Mauritania and go to, you know, the eye in Mauritania and start digging. You know, you got to get permissions, you got to pay fees, you got to do all this kind of stuff. You got to eat, you got to have shelter, you got to have instruments, you got to have technology. So somebody's got to pay for that. A lot of these people who are teaching different spiritualities, some of the things that they're doing, if the ones who are doing it full time, you can't expect me. I would love to just sit and study. That would be awesome, to sit, study, and then bring the conclusion, the finding, to go around to these different ancient sites and bring the findings to you. Love to do that. But guess what? In this third dimensional plane, it costs money. Now later on, she asked, am I in my ego for thinking this? Or am I just wrong? Because she talks about how people who are healers should just be healing. People who are spiritual, you should make a living over here, but then just be spiritual and teach and give to the people. That'd be great in a utopian society. But that's not how it works. There are some people like myself, I love business. So I'm always going to do business. So I'm not looking to make money off spirituality. But if I didn't love business, I'm going to be honest with you, if I didn't love business, then I would be forced to say that if I want to spend my life doing the thing that I love, which is studying and learning, I would have to figure out a way to make money off of that. I would have to write books and look for the people who follow me to buy the books. In this world today, I would have to do t-shirts, which I am going to do a t-shirt, but it's mainly for my daughter to teach her business. But I would love to do t-shirts and things like that but I mean, I would have to do it because I would need to sustain this house has a mortgage that must be paid. These lights must be paid. This internet must be paid. The food must be paid. So you're in your ego to a certain extent when you're putting a label on what spiritual people should do. But you're not in your ego when people are trying to rip you off by giving you all kind of BS information. It's like I was saying almost all my videos of recent. Take from me what works for you, what feeds you, throw away the rest. Take it, but throw away the rest. Now, can I do everything for free? Hell no. It's not going to work. When I do a financial program, that's not going to be free. It took time to study and research to gain that information. Let me put it like this. How would Coach Renz, let's make it personal. How would Coach Renz love to spend his days every day? I would love to spend my days doing a live chat every day, shooting 2-3 videos every day, posting and communicating with people, through their comments every day. I would love to go and stand up on stages, classrooms, and just talk to people about relationships, spirituality, alchemy, the hermetics, making money, building families, their love affair, tantra. I would love to stand on stages in classrooms, one-on-one sessions, doing that all day. But that cost, that's not free. I had somebody asking me recently about teaching classes in tantra. That's very personal. And that's not free. I studied tantra since 91. That's not free. Can't do it. Now, if I had Bill Gates money, sure, I could do all that for free. Because something over there is making all my money. But that's not the case for a lot of people. And some people have become... I actually had a guy tell me that since I've been working as a entrepreneur for so long, I've been out of the IT field since 2003. I've been out of corporate since 2000. Tell me that I'm unhireable. I have no recent enough corporate job experience at my level that I would want to go in. I'm not eligible to be hired. No company is going to bring me in starting at a minimum of $80,000 a year. And he said no company. I'm sure there is some company somewhere that would look at all the things I've done entrepreneur-wise, sales-wise, management-wise, and say, hey, he want to come in from an entire company, let's bring him in. But for the most part, it's very difficult. So I have to do business. If I want to spend my life coaching and teaching, I have to charge. And I've learned that people don't respect free. I've done free ice cream. They don't show up. Free popcorn. They don't show up. I've done free training session, coaching sessions. They don't show up. I've charged for all those things and they show up. People don't respect free. This is just a reality. I'm not mad about it, not sad, not happy about it. It's just the way it is. The ones who do respect free is about 1%. The other 90% who respect free, they're taking advantage of it. Like when I do the free thing for kids, when you turn in your progress reports and report cards, you may honor roll. Those kids work though. They did that classwork to get this free. So really it's not free because their effort got them there. So this sinus is getting on my nerves. I understand. Are you in your ego? Yes, but you're also not in your ego because you have the altruistic view of the world of people just giving. And the Tao has that. Sort of unrealistic. But the Tao talks about how the sage just gives out, tries to be like nature. But then it says the sage is like heaven and earth. To him, none is especially dear, nor is there anyone he disfavors. I can't read these glasses on. He gives and gives without condition, offering his treasure to everyone. And that's what it says about the sage. But it says that man is not like that. When he blows out air, like the bellows, he becomes exhausted. He was not made to blow out air. It is our goal to become sages. But we are still existing on this dimensional plane. We still have to eat. We still become exhausted. We still have to live our life. We still need shelter. We do not live in the equator where we could survive outdoors. We don't live in those conditions where we can just pick from the trees, pick from the earth, the food that we need. We don't live in that existence. We live in places that get below zero. We need shelter. We live in places that we have to travel. We need cars and gas, and we need those things. Some will say we don't. We can all go live on a farm. No, we can't. Man creates pain, creates wars. True, should man not create a war? You know, back in the day, and I was thinking about this being a whole video by itself. Because this will be a video by itself because it also talks about the complacency of people. Back in the day, leadership, the wealthy, powerful leadership went into battle with their people. I may not like the fact that George Washington owned slaves, but he was on the battlegrounds. His life wasn't always in imminent danger as much as his soldiers, but his life was still in danger. If ever overrun, his life was in danger. He was wealthy before the Revolutionary War started. He still put his life in danger. Leadership doesn't do that anymore. Shaka fought with his troops. He came to the battlefield. He engaged in battle, hand-to-hand combat. He was king of the Zulus. Cochise led his people in their battle. Leadership doesn't do that today. The rich and powerful don't do that. They sit back and they get their sons out of military service. They send them to Canada. They do the Clinton thing. They do the Trump thing. They both did it. So I ain't putting one over the other. Leadership sends your children into battle. Sends your children to fight battles for power and money and oil and wealth and trade. They send your children to do that. But leadership will never send their own children to do that. Since the industrial age, leadership doesn't do that. The Rockefellers didn't do it. The Rothschilds don't do it. The Carnegies, the Millons, they don't do it. Rich people don't send their kids into battle. I would wish that those in power took a Tao-centric mindset to it. If you would not send your child into battle, if you will not stand in battle yourself, why send other people? Think twice before you send somebody else's kid into battle. Find it within yourself. They don't. That's a whole other video. So we all talk about. I'm also talking about the complacency of people to allow that kind of BS to go along. So I'm not even gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about Prince Harry and all them too. They got something to do with this. So people are gifted, as well as people have learned how to heal, how to use the earth. Just like when I finish this video, I will go take some more of my herbs to get this. I mean, the inflammation has decreased drastically from 2 days ago. Okay, trust me, it's much better. The color of the phlegm is much, much better. That whatever that irritant spot that hit the back of my throat then became inflamed. But using herbs and natural things to heal, we can learn it. Some people are gifted to learn better and faster and be able to apply it and figure things out and connect things. Some people can reiki things, energy, and heal people. It all can't be given away for free. There was a show called 4400. I love that show. I wish they would have never canceled it. One of the guys had the power to just heal people, even from death, almost like near death. He could also take life. People wanted him to do it for free. They lined up and wanted him to do it for free, not realizing it was taking away his life force as well. He couldn't do it for free. He couldn't do it for everyone. So his giving was to heal one person a day. One person a day would be chosen and he would heal one person a day. Otherwise, he would give so much of himself that he would die. So if he went out and healed 100 people in one day, he would be dead. He probably wouldn't even get to 100. He would die. That is how some of this is. If you give, you can't give so much of yourself that you die. Gandhi had to have people that still got money to feed him, to do all this stuff. People still had to give to him, give him food, give him shelter. Dr. King them still had to raise money. Otherwise, we may be still in Jim Crow. But people had to give money to do that. So I was saying, to avoid the ripoffs, don't just give willy-nilly. Don't just give without conscious thought. You are responsible for every resource that you have. And since you are responsible for it, don't just give it and say, well, I gave it to God. I gave it to the universe. I gave it to source. And whatever happens to it is not my problem. Not worried about it because I did my part. No, your part is to be responsible for it. That's that lazy ass behavior. Sorry, I'm getting to my video that I'm going to do and talk about that whole thing. That's next. But it'd be great. Don't put everybody in the same category as ripoffs because they're not. This is how some people feed their children. Keep a roof over their head. But it allows them the freedom to be able to study for you, to research for you, to find the information to help guide you. I wish that I could just do that all day, which is why I'm building a business around it. That's why my coaching business exists. It exists in order for me to study all day, provide information, to make videos, to get on a stage, to do all these things. Some of it I will give away. Some of it will be free. These videos on YouTube, they're all free. So some of it is. But it can't be like that for everything. So you're right and you're wrong. Just be mindful of who you give to. Just be mindful of who you support. Because I know you said some people call it supporting and you call it a ripoff. It's both. Some people are ripping you off. Some people need your support. And some people get more support than others, and that's fine. If you see somebody you say, I don't want to support them, that's fine. I've had people who, they join my Patreon to support the channel. 6 months later, they get off. They stop supporting the channel. I don't get mad at them for stop supporting. I don't know what happened in their financial life. Or I don't know if their original plan was, hey, I'm going to support Coach Renz for 6 months with $5 a month. Then I'm good because I just want to support him that way. Now I can give him I can do $5 a month for 6 months. That may have been their contract with themselves, and I'm good with that. I don't have any problem. When I see that somebody's dropped off, I don't get mad. I say, what I say? I appreciate the time they did. I appreciate every moment that they did. That's cool. When I'm doing a live and somebody does a super chat for $1, $5, $10, $20, I think the most I've seen somebody super chat me was like $50. I was like blown away. But I'm thrilled. It's great. The overwhelming majority never do anything. The overwhelming majority of people just take, and never give. And I'm fine with that too. Because I'm not doing this for their giving. I do this for my own feeding. What I love to do. So if you're going to support somebody who's doing it for the love of doing it. And for the love of people. And even if you support somebody who says that, you know what? I'm writing books. My book is good. I want to get paid for my writing. There's nothing wrong with supporting that person. I want to build an organization, and we're gonna, teach people out of this organization. And yeah, maybe not to the extent of L. Ron Hubbard saying that I'm gonna create a religion so I can get rich. But if it grows and grows and grows, don't get mad at them. They were able to make it grow. Now, if they're ripping off people, that's a different story. There's a separation between those two. Just like the Tao in that verse separates the all from nature. Nature tries to act like the all, but nature is not the all. Right? Nature is of the all, but not the all. But nature acts just like the all. It acts out the laws. It acts out alchemy over and over again. So that's about as long as I'm going to make this video. I hope that I answered all your questions. If I didn't, just on this video, Rashonda, ask more questions. Ask the part that I didn't answer. If anybody else has questions, ask your questions. If you are, let me tell you right now, there's some guy, I think it's a guy, he writes in all caps. I don't read those, just to let you know. Just to let you know. Even though I don't agree, I read one of them and I don't agree with what you talk about. And because I don't spend time debating the people who are religious or who disagree with me to a certain extent where it's just an endless loop. It's a waste of my time. I used to do that. It's a waste of my time. Because we go in circles. I don't have time for that. But if you have questions, I'll try to answer them. Of course, if I see that you're one of my patrons, I'm definitely going to answer your question for the most part. But ask your questions on Patreon, though. Then it's easier for me, because I might miss you if you're only on YouTube or Facebook. But join me for my lives on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. I know I've missed the last 2 weeks. Life has been life. But 9 o'clock, all right, we're going to have a great time. So remember, you always got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable.